The day after Christmas, Lady Cag and I set out to Fort Worth, Texas to go pick up a Midway cabinet for me to finally turn into a MAME cabinet. You guys know I've been looking for a Midway cabinet for quite a while now, and I finally just decided to bite the bullet and pick one up.
Got it picked up, it's on the trailer, we're gonna head home and see if I made a good choice or not. Well, here we are in the garage. Messy garage, sorry about that. Really bright garage too, geez. You might be able to notice there is a new addition in here, thankfully. I finally got a Midway cabinet to make my MAME cabinet, and it's a perfect cabinet for just that. And by the way, speaking of MAME cabinets, there she is. The old original Killer Instinct. I don't know what to do with it, but let's keep moving. This cabinet is not in the best shape. It's not my first choice. It's not my second choice. It's probably my 10th choice, but it's all that was available. So it was only $350. So we'll see what I can do with it. I think I can actually turn it into a pretty solid deal by selling the board inside, assuming it works. Even if it doesn't work, I may still sell it anyway. Let me flip the camera around, let's go through it. All right, once again, I'm sorry about the messy state of my garage with Christmas and Lady Cag hanging on to this thing that we're trying to sell. It's a real mess, but I'm gonna do my best to show you the cabinet as I kick garbage around beneath my feet. So this is a Mortal Kombat 2 cabinet that has been turned into a Maximum Force, and I know that for a number of hints or a number of reasons, but I'll show you that later. As you can see, it's incredibly dusty. It was actually left or stored under a guy's awning out in front of his house. It was far enough back to where it shouldn't have gotten any rain on it or anything, and the cabinet's in somewhat decent shape overall, but let's keep going. Right here is what I'm assuming is a U2000 Wells Gardner by what I've seen so far on the chassis. I haven't had a lot of chance to go through it just yet. Literally got it home last night. Gun holsters, the guns are there. They're just on the floor right now. And yeah, they covered the MK2 art, which is fine. I have no plans to even use this control panel. If you remember my other video, which maybe I'll just talk about it now, I plan to get a custom control panel from XL Arcade. Since this is going to be a MAME cabinet, but it's going to be themed Mortal Kombat, I want to have a 6-button layout, but I also want to have an additional run button, and XL Arcade makes that. So I'm going to have them make me one of those or send me one of those, and I'm going to spend a whole bunch of money to get it ready. It's probably going to be like $600 for the art alone. The art, the control panel, all the metal overlay, the plexi, all that stuff. Here's my least favorite part of the cabinet. So they drilled holes in to get the guns wiring through, which, you know, like I said, this wasn't my first choice because I didn't want to have to deal with holes in the cabinet. But I'm not 100% sure yet, but I may just be able to put buttons in these holes, which may work out because I can make them exit buttons for games. And rather than dealing with a lot of wood filler and all that, that may be the best way to go. I will have to fill in, of course, the screw holes or the bolt holes, but we'll get to that later. The coin mechs, or the outer part of the coin mechs, are in rough shape. The door's missing there. This one's kind of smashed in. I may just replace those because I like them to look good. I have no idea if they light up. We'll get to the power issues later. But the mechs are here. They seem to be, you know, pretty much, I assume they work. I don't know. I don't really need them, but I like them to be in place if I can. Coin door down there. The bottom's a little scuffed up, scratched up. But it's mainly just cosmetic. I'm going to sand all that down anyway, and I'm going to put a fresh coat of paint on it. All right, if we look at the side of the cabinet here, there is pretty much just scuffs on the paint. I'm assuming MK2 art is underneath this black paint. I don't know that I'm going to go through the trouble of stripping it and trying to save it because I really wanted it to be themed MK1. It's a little dinged up, but nothing as bad as you'd think it should be. The bottom shows maybe a hair of, you know, probably some wet carpet it was on way back in the day. Really, it's not bad, though. When it was on its back, it looked pretty good. I had it on its back to transport it. And if you hear rumbles, by the way, Lady Cag, her pinball machine is right up there, and she is playing the heck out of it right now, and the shaker motor's going crazy. They did make holes, or one hole in the side here to, I don't know why they felt the need to attach a single gun over here. Probably, this could be why, probably because kids tend to pick this up to play it, and they just drop it, and it breaks over time. But this really doesn't save it much anyway, since it just sits on the floor. The other side of the cabinet looks about the same. Unfortunately, I can't really get it out of the way at the moment. It looks pretty much the same, though. The back of the cabinet is what gave me the indication that it is a Mortal Kombat. For some reason, this Midway sticker is like partially on here. And I was like, okay, well, somebody could have just stuck that there. So I looked inside the cabinet and found, let's see, right there, Mortal Kombat 2 with the serial number. So it's definitely an old MK2, and if you look, I'll lift it up later, but if you look underneath the control panel, it is cut out for an MK cabinet. The back of the cabinet is 100% missing. I don't know why. I don't know who doesn't keep the back of a cabinet, but it was not there when the seller sold it to me. For all I know, it wasn't there when he had it. So I'm just going to go to Home Depot. I'm going to get the measurements, and I'm going to make them cut it for me because they'll cut it nice and straight, and I don't have to worry about it. And then I can just bring it home and spray paint it and put it on. Down here in the cabinet with the fisheye lens on, we have a Maximum Force arcade PCB with an original hard drive. Or I should say an old school hard drive. I have no idea if it's original or not. I have no way to test if this worked when I bought it. Because, well, for one, I didn't ask. At the price point, I was like, you know what, whatever. You know, I asked him if it worked. He said he plugged it in once, and he thinks the marquee came on, and that was it. So I get it home and think, I'm going to plug it in and see if it works. But this is my power cord. I just found that. So somebody has cut the power cord off, and I don't know. I guess I'm going to have to splice in a new one myself. And then I said, no big deal. I'll just, you know, I'll take an old cord, and I'll take the other end of it, and I'll make a plug. Well, I started looking around more. Here is my monitor chassis with no video connection. When I look down inside the cabinet, there's a bunch of wires just hanging around, but there is no video wire except this. This thing's just hanging out. I think after looking at the JAMA harness, or the way the pin configuration is and all that, I believe this is my video wire. And if we bring it up here, you can see it used to pretty much be close to there, so why somebody would hack this off, I don't know. Unfortunately, I really won't be able to tell if the monitor even works at the moment by some Googling the P717M. It said it was a U2000. That could easily not be the case once I actually get it out and look at it a little bit closer. I'm not really in a hurry to worry about that because I already have a monitor ready to go. But I am very interested to tell if this PCB works, mainly because I could sell this PCB and the guns for like what I paid for the cabinet probably, if not more. I believe this PCB can actually be turned into a Maximum Force / Area 51 combo game just by a ROM switch and a new hard drive to put in there. So hopefully it works, and hopefully I can sell it for a decent amount of cash. So the plan for this video is not only to show you guys around the cabinet, because I really haven't looked around much myself, but I'm going to pull this entire crate out of here and I'm going to take it to my MK4 cabinet and hopefully be able to test it there. There's a chance that's not going to work. I don't know what the chance is, but I'm going to at least try it out. And if we look down in the cabinet, there are some tokens left behind. And here they are, both sides of the coin. This is Cinemark, the best seat in town, I think it says. I'm trying to read it. Yeah, the best seat in town. I'm trying to read it through my camera screen. And that's the back side of it. Cinemark is a movie theater chain, in case you don't know. I did not know they had a bunch of arcade games, though. So that's the plan for now. I am going to get to work on yanking out this PCB. I might even do some, yeah, it might be best to do it now. I'm going to try to probably pull this monitor out too, just take the entire thing out, also take it into the Shedcade, and I can hook it up to the video connections for my MK4 and the power connections and just see if it happens to work. Hopefully I don't cause any problems with my MK4 cabinet somehow, but I think we'll be okay. I probably won't record me removing the PCB because it's not that exciting. All right, I got the JAMA board out. This is the Maximum Force board. So this is the same, what looks like the same hard drive that's in my Hydro Thunder. It still works. So I'm hoping that this still works. I mean, I really think it should be probably changed to a flash drive and all, but I just want to verify this thing works and sell it and get it out of my hands because I don't really want it or need it for anything. So I just realized that I completely forgot to record me testing the Maximum Force PCB. This is many days later, actually. I think I recorded that stuff almost a week ago, the stuff you're seeing in the beginning of the video. What was funny is I was carrying the PCB out here, I moved Mortal Kombat 4 out, hooked it all up, didn't set up the camera. So that's my fault. I'll go ahead and spoil it for you. The game did not start. Not really surprised. It showed a bunch of errors after a while. And I believe the errors are basically just saying that the hard drive is dead and the hard drive didn't feel like it was spinning like it should. So what I've gone ahead and done is just ordered the Area 51 / Maximum Force upgrade ROM kit and flash kit. So we're going to eliminate the old hard drive. We're going to change all 4 ROMs on the board. And hopefully, I'm hoping I didn't get deeper in the hole here, but hopefully it will boot and then the game will be worth even more when I go to sell it. And then if it does boot, I can hook up the guns and see if they work and I can verify all that. I'd like to get maybe $400 to $500 for this thing if I can. You know, with the guns, the PCB, the marquee is actually in good shape. I've pulled that off and I didn't record that, but
it's not burned on the back, so I can sell the marquee. I can even sell the control panel that came in the arcade cabinet. So let's hope I can get a decent amount of cash for this thing to help fund the next big purchase, which is going to be my art purchase. I need new side art, I need a new control panel, a new metal control panel overlay, a Lexan overlay for it. I need tons of stuff. I think my XL arcade order is probably going to be about $500 to $600. So that will help tremendously getting some of that money back. It'll basically be like getting the cabinet for free, especially if you count my gas money driving there and back to get it. All right, so that's it for part one, but the next video should be where I start maybe using Bondo on the holes. I'm a little nervous about that. I've never used Bondo. I hope I don't screw it up. I'm hoping it comes out nicely. I don't want it to look ugly. I don't care if it's not 100% perfect, but I'd like it to look at least decent after it's all painted and everything, so we'll see. I gotta just work on the, figuring out if I want to get into the side art or not. If I want to citrus strip it or just go with the MK1, that's holding up my XL arcade order as well. All right, thank you guys so much for watching. If you enjoyed it, give it a thumbs up, subscribe so you don't miss the rest of the transformation. Leave me a comment, let me know what you think of this project, and I'll see you on the next video.